Hello and welcome back to my marvellously nutty art drawing channel. My name is Kieron Seamons and this is today's drawing. And I have been asked to redraw the badger from yesterday that didn't happen on camera. Well, I won't draw exactly the same one, but we could have some fun. Let's do it! So as you've seen yesterday, I'm having terrible problems with my iPads. My iPads that film this demonstration, and it's kind of getting a bit old now. And every now and again, just says, "Oh, I'm not doing this," and switches off. So unless there's some lovely person out there who wants to buy me a new iPad, yeah, I might have to settle with some drawings that don't work out. But let's get on with a kind of, wow, that is a fantastic start to a badger, I think. I think that is absolutely dreamy for a badger. Now, the beautiful parts about a badger. One, it's very beautiful. Second, it's very dangerous. But the whole gorgeous part about a badger is that he has this lovely kind of sleeky face. He's got this lovely, very cute looking face. But they are quite dangerous. And they're much bigger than most people imagine as well. A badger's quite a beast of a creature. It's quite a large animal. So I'm going to try and, because he's got that wild kind of speckled hair that's coming off there, I'm going to try and build that into his character. As you know, if the ink says do this, I do that. Okay, let's just check my camera's awake. Are you awake? Yeah, okay. And I'm going to try and, again, follow what the paper gives me, what the lines are giving me. And the lines are giving me a character that's a little bit... Oh, see? I was just about to say nasty, and look what happens. Yeah, he's nasty. Okay, a broken nib. Okay, it doesn't matter. We get broken nibs all the time, don't we? What have we got? That'll do. Don't worry, it's only a broken nib. There's no point crying over a broken nib, eh? And if anything, I always kind of feel like the gods have said, don't use that nib. You know, in some kind of nutty way, it's like, it was meant to be. I was not meant to draw today's drawing with that particular nib. Now, what I have to remember here is the badger's got two stripes that run down its body. And that is, at the moment, I am working out how is best to do that. Whereas yesterday, I got a brush and I just went, wham. For those who remember, there was yesterday's drawing of the badger. And I used a thick brush to kind of determine all the black. Whereas I don't really feel like I want to do that with this one. I feel like there's something a little bit more tender about his nastiness. Now that chewing sound that you can hear is Mr. Miro. He's got one of those toys where you put treats inside and he kind of gnarls it and chews it away for hours. Mr. Miro, of course, is my delightful little dog. The Chinese crested bombshell beauty that lives in my house with me. Ah, there is a sneaky face. Check out that expression. I like that. I like that a lot. I like shit a lot. Yeah, governor, it's beautiful. Right, I'm just bringing that second stripe up there. And as you can see, I tried to make it a little bit more delicate. And each drawing is different. Every single drawing that you do has some different kind of qualities to it, and you need to follow those qualities. If you're really listening to the paper, it'll tell you everything. A lot of people are just kind of drawing blindly, and I do wish they would kind of like, you know, especially when they're sketching, look at what has been sketched. Look where the lines are pointing, where the lines are. You might find something in that drawing that's a lot better than what you were kind of aiming for. There might be something more beautiful there. Now that is already. I'm going to thicken up that second line a little bit. I think it's a little bit too thin there. And that has given me quite a nice feeling about this character. And I think the lines should kind of run over his head and down his back. So I'll try and keep those indications there. And thank you for my friend BMO yesterday for saying anthropomorphic characters. These are characters that are has the almost the body of a human, half person and half animal. And as he explained in his email or his message, which you can read on that it's a very popular style with Disney. In fact, I would probably guess that I think there was a guy called Heinrich who kind of used to do it a lot before Disney, but I think Disney kind of popularized it more. Although the Heinrich did work for Disney on things like Fantasia, which I still think is one of the, in sequences, it's one of the most beautiful, and not the Mickey Mouse part where he's kind of like dancing around, but like where you kind of get like the centaurs and stuff like that. All these beautiful little girls, all as centaurs, and these young ladies, and very tough looking male. Lovely, absolutely gorgeous, all of those. And it's one of those type of things you really need to sit and go through piece by piece. And I was a huge kind of Disney fan, if you want to say fan. I loved all the early films. I'm not so keen on the ones at the moment. I think they're all too kind of like, I don't know what the right technical term is. But they have definitely lost a lot of magic in my mind. Now, a very, very strange thing about well, here's a little something you did not know about me. Even BMO doesn't know this. When I was a young child, my father actually, well, my father was going through a divorce, or it was leading up to a divorce, and he had got a job as a sculptor on 101 Dalmatians. There you go. And we used to get these gold embossed letters, which I still have. These gold embossed letters from Walt Disney Animation Studios, all the way in Florida or California or wherever it was at the time. And my father was going to be a sculptor for them. going to, you know, you see it all on some of these making of books where they are kind of like, you see the sculptures of the characters and the animators are using all the sculptures, that type of thing, you know. So there you go. He almost, and then of course when my father found out that he hadn't married the right woman, and he eventually got divorced, and that is the sad twist to that story. And he never got to go to Florida, but we still have all the letters and all the drama, which was an extremely exciting period of time. Now, why did it not happen? Well, you know, you're going back a lot of years, and probably one of those big factors, as it is with many people, is money. You know, even today, being an artist and making enough money to kind of survive is still quite a difficult thing. And although I don't really read into the starving artists so much, it does happen, and there are people that are desperately struggling, and that probably was one of the factors. My badger. Yeah, so there you are. So when I worked for Disney many years later, with no connection at all, I simply walked into a studio, and they had basically looked at my drawings and said, "Wow, you're very in the Disney style, aren't you? Why don't you try to work for Disney?" And I said, "How?" And then this lady pointed to that they were actually setting up recruiting in London, and I had gone along to that. And when they looked at my portfolio, they said, "Yes, wonderful, you can start on Monday." And the turning point of my life, probably. A beautiful badger. I'm really a little bit sad that I couldn't have done more with the stripes going down his back, but maybe I can kind of indicate it. So there we have a very different badger. Look at those two badgers. Isn't that very different? Can you see how different they are? Where's the other one? There's that one, and there's that one. Wow, it's kind of a Jekyll and Hyde of badgers. Oh, let's try and draw. Should we try and draw something else? Should we squeeze in another drawing? Only if you go and subscribe. How's that? Was that fair? Was that fair? Go and subscribe. Go and hit that button and say, "Yes, I love watching Kieron. Give him 10 million followers so that he can get monetized." And I still haven't got monetized after all these years. I am still not monetized. Let's scribble badger on there too. Now, there was a lady this morning. In fact, this same young girl has popped up on my feed, on my internet, whatever. I don't know which one it was. And I tried to remember her name, and I think it's called Brooke. Brooke something. She's a young girl, and she always talks about dangerous animals, or badger, or amazing animals. And one of the ones that she had the other day was this kind of like an anteater. Or an armadillo, sorry. This tiny, tiny little armadillo running around in circles. So, maybe I will draw a lovely armadillo. That's really quite a sensational thing. So there you go. One drawing is the rather nasty badger. Now, shall I squeeze it onto this one or shall I do another video? Maybe I'll do another video. So, if you want to see me draw the, I've forgotten the name again. If you want to see me draw the, not an anteater, it was a armadillo. If you want to see me draw the armadillo, come back to the next video. I'll see you over there in 5 minutes. Don't forget to subscribe. See you soon.